When we think of a caregiver, the image that comes to mind is someone who has received specialized training to care for the critically ill and disabled and is paid for their work. But in actuality, there are more than 43 million untrained and unpaid family caregivers in the United States, providing necessary in-home care for a spouse, partner, sibling, child, friend, or other relative. 5.6 million of those caregivers are African Americans. Studies show that African American caregivers are faced with more burdensome caregiving situations than their counterparts in other races and ethnic groups. This could be the result of discrimination in overall access to healthcare services in the Black community. Research also finds that African Americans cope better as caregivers than their white counterparts. African Americans see their job as caregiver as a privilege to give back to a family member who has given so much to them. Deeply held religious beliefs and a strong connection to their faith bring a connection and a sense of higher purpose to the role. And while one person may be the primary caregiver, other family members, church members, and neighbors also pitch in to provide support. However, caregiving is hard work. It is important for caregivers to see themselves as quote-unquote caregivers because it helps them to connect to their new role and reminds them how important they truly are. As a caregiver, accept your new role. Ask questions. Seek advice from others who have done it. Being a caregiver is demanding and can feel lonely and isolating. Don't get so lost in your role that you ignore your feelings. And don't be afraid to get professional help, if needed, to help you sort through your emotions. You are still priority number one. Take care of your own physical and mental health. Take time for self-care, a walk in the park, soaking in a hot tub, or meeting up with friends. Remember, you are important too. Every day, millions of people become unpaid caregivers. Collectively, they provide more than 34 billion hours of care annually, the equivalent of approximately $470 billion in unpaid assistance. An AARP survey found that hundreds of participants voluntarily left their jobs due to their caregiving duties. While caregiving is a serious job with real implications, help is available. Many states, including Michigan, now allow payment for some family caregivers under limited circumstances in one or more of their state programs.